Hi, Vinny Lavodi here, tech support at Enabling Devices. Today I'd like to show you one of our new exciting products, the interactive musical bubble tube, item number 2291. So let's get started. Here we are today with our new musical bubble tube with one of our students, and the bubble tubes are used in sensory rooms for visual stimulation, focusing, and also for relaxation purposes. This bubble tube has music and different colored lights. As you see here, the young girl, she's pressing the buttons and she's enjoying changing the colors of the lights. And now we have John here in a darkened sensory room, and John's enjoying changing the colors and watching the array of bubbles. In addition to children, adults and seniors also can benefit from sensory rooms, and specifically our bubble tube here. As you see, we have a senior. She's just enjoying the very calming music that's playing with the bubble tube and the sound of the bubbles and the different colors of the lights changing. So now we're going to actually move on to showing you how to set the bubble tube up for your sensory room and go over all the functions and features. This is a electrically powered bubble tube. It uses 110 volt standard electrical outlet, and it uses regular distilled water. It takes 2 1/4 gallons of distilled water, and I'm going to show you right now. We've already filled this up, but just show you how you would fill this up before use. What you want to do is you'll want to put this, it gets kind of heavy when it's filled, so what you want to do is set it up in your location where you're going to be using this first, and then once it's set up, then I would recommend filling it. We also include a siphon so that you don't have to pick it up when it's filled when you want to empty it, and I'll show you that a little bit later on in the video. But first, you take off the top cover. No tools are required to do this. Then we have a vinyl retainer cap that just slides off, and you just pour your water in from the top. Again, use distilled water only. This will prevent any kind of mold or bacteria growth in the water, and if you've ever seen a fish tank that has green algae, that's what will happen if you use regular tap or spring water. So distilled water only. The fill line is the height of this cap. So once you put this cap on, this will give you your fill line. You do not want to fill it all the way to the top. If you do, the water is going to bubble out over the top. There's a vent hole here to relieve air pressure. So right up to the fill line. If you want to fill it a little under that, you surely can. That's fine, but just don't overfill. Underfilling is not going to hurt it. Overfilling will make a mess. So once you have it filled, you put your cap back on. In the back here, we have some controls. You have your main power, your on-off toggle switch. You have your on-off volume control, so you can run the bubble tube with or without the music. You have a bubble intensity adjustment knob here, so you can increase or decrease the intensity of the bubbles. Then you have 4 color-coded input jacks for external switches, which will replicate these different colored switches on the unit itself. When you turn the machine on from default, it's set for 15 seconds for each activation. So when you press one of the color-coded buttons, the bubble tube's going to run for 15 seconds and then it's going to shut off. So I'm turning the bubble tube on, and it'll run for 15 seconds, and you can adjust the aeration. I'm adjusting it from almost no bubbles to you can go, if that's full amount of bubbles. Okay. And then if I want to make this go for a minute, I just press the blue and red button simultaneously, and that will just give me one flash to let me know it's changed the mode. So if I press any one of these buttons, now it's going to run for a minute. You can also, let me shut this off, turn it back on. If you press the blue and multicolored button at the same time, that'll give you 3 minutes before it will shut off. And then if you want this to just run continuous, you will press the green and red button to disable that function. So once I do that, if I press this now, it's going to play continuous. It's going to stay on as long as the device is on. When you shut it off, then it will turn off. Now you have different colors here. So each time I press the different color buttons, it's going to change color. So red, green, blue, multicolor. And again, you can turn off the music if you just want to use it with the bubbles. The next thing I want to show you is once you're done with the bubble tube, if you're going to be going on a long break, if it's a school and you're going to be going on a long break or for summer and you want to siphon the water out, you can lift this up and pour it into a sink if you have it available, or a large, like a big 5-gallon bucket. But some people may not have that in their location. They may have a far distance to drain the water out. So what we've included for you is a siphon tube. And what you'll do with this, it's very simple. There's an indicator on the bulb here pointing down. So this would go inside the bubble tube, put it all the way down to the bottom, and then you can pour this, you can put this over into a bucket, and as you pump this, what's going to do is going to draw the water up in the tube, out, and into the bucket. So there you have it, the interactive musical bubble tube, item number 2291. This can be purchased through our catalog sales or through our website at www.enablingdevices.com, or through our phone sales at 1-800-832-8697. Once again, this is Vinny Lavodi for Enabling Devices. I hope you enjoyed the video.